Hi there, my name's Becky Hurst and I'm a Community Engagement Specialist based in South Australia. And here we are at the end of another week and I wanted to just touch base, partly for your benefit because I've got ideas that I want to share with you, but actually also for my benefit because I think these videos are a way for me to stay connected with the outside world. But I do have some ideas that I want to talk through in relation to councils. Now, local government is the closest level of government to the community, and local government exists across the world. Here in Australia, we have three levels of government. We have local government, we have state government, and then we have our federal or national government. And I want to talk today just a bit about the roles that I would like to see councils playing in this coronavirus crisis. Communities are needing leadership right now. And I believe that councils, as the closest level of government to community, have an awesomely amazing opportunity to provide that leadership. Now, this kind of thinking in my head overnight, trust me, been lying awake thinking about the role of councils. Crazy times. It was all inspired by a fabulous post that Dan Popping has written. I think it was Dan, well done Dan, or whoever it was at Bang the Table, sharing some examples of how local government, or some of their clients, I think most of them are local government that they've shared, are using their existing online engagement platform to talk about COVID-19, coronavirus in their communities. And there are a couple of absolute shining lights in there, shining examples of brilliant use of tools to connect with the community over this. But I really just for a moment wanted to reflect on the role that councils have to play, and I cannot urge this more. Councils, if you're watching, whether you're a mayor, whether you're elected members, whether you're a staff member, whether you're a volunteer for a council, whether you're a senior leader, whatever it be, this needs to be happening. So I'm sending this message to my council clients, past, present and future. Time to get connected to your community. What I'd like you to do is think about community engagement in this context as way beyond simply informing your decision making and way beyond simply informing decision making that you are ready to engage on. This is a time where situations external to your control are needing you to take leadership and to seek community engagement, community involvement, connect people in communities to help them get through this process. So it's no longer about informing your decision making, although what you hear from community probably will affect your decision making. This is about going above and beyond. This is about building capacity with community. This is about connecting community. This is about supporting your community. So critical right now. Yes, there's leadership at a national level. Yes, there's leadership at a state level. Much of it can be debated at the moment. But what I want you to be thinking about is leadership at that local level. Again, you being the closest level of government to us, I really think you've got a critical role to play here. So you as local councils can be leading us. You can be playing a leading role in your community. Now, I'm not just talking about compliance here or communication. You have a massive role to play there in communicating what facilities are open, what facilities are shut, what's happening. You know, where can people go for assistance? Yes, you have a critical role. You probably more than likely have a role to play in compliance, I'm sure, keeping check that people aren't doing things they're not meant to be doing, all of that kind of stuff. But I want you to think about it beyond the compliance and the communications. I want you to think about community, and I want you to think about connections, and I want you to think about your role in supporting those two things. Now, yes, we've all turned to online tools. That is absolutely fantastic. We're running online workshops. I've been filming videos, presentations on YouTube, all absolutely fantastic. But don't forget, I always categorize engagement into three categories when we look at tools. I talk about face-to-face tools, gone for now. Online tools, yes, fantastic. But don't forget our traditional tools. There's nothing to stop you communicating with your residents and ratepayers via letter, via flyer, via postcard, whatever it might be. Now, again, I encourage you not to be doing engagement on your terms in these parts. So you might use a traditional or an online communication tool to perhaps say, yeah, this is what we're doing, this is what's closed, this is what's shut. But this isn't all about you anymore. This is about saying to your community, what do you need from us? Maybe even if it's not asking the question, it might be, we've heard from community that this is what you need. So I encourage you to be flexible and adaptable as the local leaders of government. And I encourage you to connect your community, to enable those communities that once we've moved beyond this initial panic, shutdown, horrible situation that so many millions of people are in, that we can actually start thinking about rebuilding those communities. Now, to share with you before I go, I'll share the link with you to Dan's fabulous blog post in the comments or whatever I need to do. But I just wanted to talk very briefly about the two standouts that were the Bang the Table staff picks. Now, I don't know how to say these. City of Kamloops. Kamloops? Kamloops? City of Kamloops in Canada. You're doing an amazing job. Oh my goodness, I was so impressed. They're using the newsfeed. So they're using the existing Bang the Table Engagement HQ software that they have, and they're using the newsfeed to keep people up to date. They're using the video tool as just brilliant updates from the mayor. Oh my goodness, they look so just brilliant. Have a look, check it out. I love them. I don't know if it's because it's in another country. This is the brilliant thing here, is we're able to pull from all of these global examples. It's just so good to see. They're also using the mapping tool to display, I think, what's closed, which parks and facilities are closed. It's just brilliant. Check it out, the City of Kamloops. Kamloops. The other one, also they're talking about reliable resources, and they've got really useful links in their document libraries. So top work to them. The other one that literally gave me goosebumps this morning. Now, this is the role of local government. This is what I want you to be doing, councils. I want you to give me goosebumps that there's hope. That's your role here right now. The City of Avarda. City of Avarda, Colorado in the US. You are doing a fantastic job. Oh my goodness. The first thing you see when you open up their webpage is #WeCanDoThisAvarda. They're using positive messaging the minute you look at it. It's a very positive, proactive approach, I think Dan wrote. They're using the ideas tool to get community talking about the different ways that they're keeping in touch with people whilst they're undertaking their physical distancing. Oh, it's just inspiring. And that's what we want as the people right now. We want our councils, well, we want government, to be fair. We need somebody, but I'm putting it on councils to be taking that lead and connecting and supporting community. So think about community engagement a bit differently, please, this week, councils. That's your homework. Keep me posted how you go. Take care.